Hello, it's the other half of chapter 8, where we get that vision of hell. We go into the cotton mill factory, where we see children um, misshapen, maimed, um, aged well beyond their years, like to old age almost, um, who are bent by the machinery and the all-encompassing horrible deafening din, which has the effect of torturing you as it's also torturing you with the sounds as it's also making you inured and deafened to the sounds. And It's interesting that they as they go in, Sir Matthew makes sure they opened all the doors to kind of let the air circulate out, because it's just horrible. And the Dr. Croakley, makes sure to think, it's like, okay, if I'm gonna be here kind of like all the time, I'm inspecting the children, I am no way do I want to actually be in the working part of the factory where there's all these fumes, or else that would be really bad for me, but not bad for the children, but bad for me. So yeah, he's like, I'm gonna do this out in fresh air or stuff like that. um they continue with their just really demonically cruel jokes. It's like, oh, there's a little girl of 7 whose job it is to pick up the little fluff cast-offs of the cotton from the things, and has to regularly throw herself to the ground, so while the stuff kind of threshes above her, and if she's not quick enough, it'll yank her hair out. She's lying supine on the ground, and Dr. Crockley goes, "Oh, Sir Matthew's in a good mood. He'll be in the mood for another joke." And it's like, "Hey, why doesn't you make Michael go kiss that girl, grab her by the neck and kiss her?" Which Michael refuses. He doesn't verbally. He just stands there and it's like, "I'm not doing that," kind of thing, and which is like pisses them off. And he calls for Parsons, and Parsons to flog him. Parsons, who actually just grabs the girl and kind of forces them to smush their faces together, which isn't what Matthew wanted Michael to be flogged at that point, but gonna pass on. Um, they take him to the brother, and they unite, and it's like everything stops, because it's like, holy shit, it's this what looks like a little lord hugging Edward, this ragged, maimed, just horribly ill little factory boy, and everyone's just looking upon it with shock. And Master Matthew's like, yeah, this will get talked about, because he's looking around at all the kids. Then he looks back to the thing and he sees that they're both weeping piteously, which pisses him off mightily. And he's like, oh, I'm going to get you back for that. But he assumes kind of a jocose thing, and says, oh, goes over and puts a hand on both of them and says, like, you tell your brother that I've ordered you to bring food home for your mother. That'll cheer him up and stuff like that. Okay, I'm going to leave you to kind of tell everybody the tale for the next 10 minutes. You can leave everything standing, which it's one of these things of it gets emphasized, I think, in this thing, that it's everyone stopping and looking is okay only to Sir Matthew in this case, because it's going to inflate his standing, his ego, his greatness. Because at any other point, any pause, anything of like a little child getting maimed, it's like you would not let that stop the factory from going, because that's profit. That is, I'm turning human. I think I'm turning human life into gold. And indeed, these little factory vermin are a part of the machinery as far as Sir Matthew is concerned. A more kind of disgusting kind of bleh part of it, but they're equally essential part of the machinery. But they are simply machinery that just should be made to run at full tilt at the lowest cost possible. Yeah, and we do get that picture. This is where that picture comes from, that I was showing and slightly making fun of the last time, which is little Michael, um, hugging his brother, and there you can see Sir Matthew and Dr. Crockley and the Parsons in the background, conferring. So yeah, it's she yeah. Francis Trollope is doing a really good job of just showing most fucking reprehensible, um, practices and stuff, and they were discussed high thoughts, such as Ligurius loved when he bade flog the little Spartans, which I guess is the little factory boys being the Spartans, and Licurius, Licurius, who was a Spartan lawmaker. He is traditionally held to be the founder of the constitution and military regime of ancient Sparta, where they apparently put their children through a very rigorous, brutal training thing, which I guess he's comparing themselves to Licurius, of a 19th century Spartan lawmaker. Blah, blah. Yeah, just really, really foul in a very effective way. A very effective way if you're doing if you're trying to do a kind of a counter narrative to the industrial practices of Britain at the time. All right, I will leave it there. More videos later.